Hi guys, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing okay wherever you are in any part of this world, wherever you are. I hope you're doing okay because I'm doing very well right here. I'm doing great. God has been very good to me. He's been gracious. So, if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Aunt Charles. I bring you videos regarding my life. It is all about me, my life, my family. I've teach you about I talk to you about things regarding cooking. I also do travel videos. Anytime I go traveling somewhere, I want to show you guys. So if you like it, maybe you can visit it next time. I also talk about my personal life, things I've gone through, things I've been through, stories that are going on around the world. That is what we talk about here. So, welcome to the family. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please do not watch my videos before you subscribe. Please, that's the only way you can support me. So, today's video is about anyone who has a dream of owning a home. You might be in the process of purchasing a home, or you have a dream of ever owning a home. If that is you, then please make sure you watch this video until the end, because if I knew what I know now, maybe I would have saved myself thousands of dollars. Yes, thousands of dollars. So please, this is something that I want to share with someone out there who doesn't know how to go about buying a home, or maybe you're in the process and you don't understand all these real estate jargon. Because trust you me, some of the things that I heard when I was in the process of buying a home, it's things I didn't know about, and I didn't even think about Googling. I'm sorry guys about the background noise. I'm a mom and my kids are around, so we all do this together. So that is what we want to talk about today. So first of all, when you want to buy a home, what is the first process? And this is for people who are in the United States, or maybe you're out there, maybe you're in Africa or Kenya, where I come from, and you have a dream of ever coming to the United States. So this is for you too. Or maybe you might have families, and this information you might be able to share with them. Or even if you're back home, you might learn how things work here. Who knows? Maybe I didn't get to buy a home in Kenya, so I don't know whether we get to do honest money, because that's what I want to talk about. That's what I'm basing my video on. But this is the process that I went through when we were buying a home, and specifically the earnest money deposit, because we lost thousands of dollars when we were purchasing our home, and I don't want anyone to make the same mistake. If you can escape it, then that would be really good. Or if you can know how to go around it, that would be really good. So the first thing you do when you want to buy a home is you approach either a realtor. A realtor is going to help you to find homes, because we have apps here, like we have Zillow. You can go on there and find homes that are on sale, but even if you find they're on sale, you might not be able to go see them by yourself. So you need a realtor. Because one time I went on Zillow and I requested to go see a home, and then someone called me and asked me whether I have a realtor, and they wanted to be my realtor. So you need a realtor to be able to go see the homes, especially if they're old homes. Or if you need a new home, you need to approach the builder yourself. So when you approach the builder or a realtor, the first thing you do is to find how much of a house or of a home you can afford. Because you might be needing a house worth $1 million, and you can only afford a house worth $600,000 or $300,000. So the first thing you need to do is go and get pre-approved by a lender. So when you approach the builder, they normally have their own lenders, and that is what they like people to go by. So the builder usually encourages the buyer to go by their lender. because they normally have incentives they have, or some credits they give towards probably closing, all those kinds of stuff. So when they you get pre-approved through their lender. And how does the pre-approval process go? So when you go and approach the, let's talk about the builder and tell them you're interested in buying a home, and you tell them, I'm interested in purchasing a home worth, let's talk about 500,000. And then they'll tell you, do you want to get pre-approved? Then they'll ask you about your work history the past 2 years, and they'll need to know how much you earn every month. You need to give them all the information, including if you have two jobs, you tell them how much you earn per month and how much is your spending, also whether you have any other debts, all that kind of stuff. And they'll see whether you can afford to get a house worth 500,000. So that is pre-approval, basing on the information that you're giving them by word of mouth. So when you get pre-approved and you want them to hold that home, because so many buyers are coming and maybe requesting for the home that you saw and you're interested in. I forgot to mention that if you're looking for a home, most of the time you go and see a house that you're interested in. You're like, oh, this is a house that I like and I want to buy this. I really want this. Or maybe you've thought about your income and you're thinking, I think I can afford this. So you go looking for houses worth that amount, or you know what the amount you're willing to spend on a home. You're the one who knows your financial situation. So when you know the the much you're willing to spend on a home, then you approach you approach the builder or the realtor, and then they'll start looking for a home for you. Or if you found one in the builder's place that's already built, if you want that one, or if you want the builder to build for you a home, then you tell them, this is the amount, this is the house that I'm willing to buy or purchase. So after you get pre-approved basing on the information that you've given them, you want them to stop accepting offers from other buyers. So you have to commit yourself. And to commit yourself, there is something they call earnest money. The earnest money deposit is money that you give them so that you can write a contract stating that you have gotten pre-approved, and that lets them take the house off the market and not advertise it so that other buyers keep coming and making offers. So that's what we did. Now, let me start giving my story on what happened. So for us, what we did, we went with we had a realtor at first. So our realtor, we were looking for houses, but we didn't like the old houses that we found. So we ended up getting a new house. And this new house, it was by, so we found it with the builder. And when we went to the builder, that builder was charging the earnest money between 2% and 3%, because when I calculate the earnest money that we gave them, it was around 2.5. But mostly the earnest money should be below 2%. And if you don't know, I came to realize later that you can actually bargain and tell the builder that you want them to lower the amount the amount of the earnest money. So if we didn't know that at first. So I came to know that later, after we forfeited our initial builder, after we actually lost some money, that I'm going to tell you how it happened. After we had lost a few thousands with the other builder, then we came to another builder who actually was able to tell us they actually took around 1%, and they were asking for about 1.3, but we were able to tell them, no, we don't want to put all these. We're willing to put around this much. So you can actually negotiate for the amount of earnest money that you can put. So for me, I know how to actually negotiate. I like to negotiate. So because that's for your benefit. In case you back down on the offer, maybe you don't lose a lot of money, because initially we were about to lose a lot of money. So back to my story. What happened with us is we got pre-approved by the builder's lender, and we gave out earnest money deposit amounting to around 2.5%, and we didn't bother to Google, as I said before, because we were like, I mean, they've pre-approved us, and the salesperson was like, yes, this money is refundable. But then remember, we were given a document to sign, and most of us, these documents that are so much, especially when you're buying a home, all these contracts, they're so long, and at that point you're like, oh, he said it's refundable, but it is refundable on contingencies. They're called contingencies. That's what I came to learn later. And you have to know these contingencies. So I was doing my research, and I learned when you're buying a home and you want to really know when this money is refundable, you have to be clear when you're signing those contracts, and you have to ask the builder or the salesperson to show you where that contingency is. And if you have to add it yourself, you have to add it. This money is refundable contingent on this and this. You have to be clear on that, because if you're not clear on that, that money is not refundable. So on our contract, there was somewhere it was saying the money is not refundable, but we did not see. But mostly that money is refundable contingent on this and this. So you have to be clear on that. But for us, we were not clear, and we didn't really read the contract and see that part. We just went ahead and signed out of the excitement that, yay, we are getting our home, blah, blah, blah. So we were so excited on getting this new home. And again, he had said it's refundable. I don't know why he said that, but he said it's refundable. The salesperson it's refundable. But then the contract was stating it is non-refundable, but we did not read that part. But we went ahead and signed. So after we got pre-approved and went home, and we continued sending the documents, the builder's lender said that no, whatever the documents we sent and whatever we stated did not match. And we didn't go ahead and be proactive and like, so what happens to our money, blah, blah, blah. So we expected they're going to be like, so do you want a different house, blah, blah, blah. So we didn't bother to do all that. So we waited, and we had another lender who was willing to approve us for the same house. But then the builder that we had, I think they had already found another buyer, and they were not willing to sell that home for us. And the time period and they stated the time period, I think they said all kinds of stuff. They talked about all kinds of stuff, and they were like, the contract stated the earnest money is non-refundable. I'm telling you, that was like that was the time when I couldn't even imagine. When I imagined the amount of money and the time I've spent working to get that amount, it was so devastating. Actually, the first time they stated, actually the money is non-refundable, and then the salesperson was like, no, the money is non-refundable. I did not say the money is refundable. That is what he was saying. And it is. So when he starts saying that, it is your word against his. And remember, you have signed on the contract. The contract is the one that states, and it's saying right there, it's non-refundable. But mostly earnest money is refundable, but you have to be clear on those contingencies. So for us, we did not insist. because I did not understand what this earnest money is. We didn't know. So they normally say experience is the best teacher. So we had a very good experience. So this, luckily, this was what saved us. We had a very good realtor, and so he was able to talk to the builder and like, no, this cannot happen, you cannot do all this, and he negotiated and we got 75% of the money back. Yay! Yeah, so that was quite a relief because, oh my God, we were so devastated, and we almost thought, I don't think we can even go ahead and purchase a home, because I mean, all the most of the money was gone. But then our realtor was so good, he was able to negotiate and we got most of the money back. We still lost, but you can imagine if we had lost all of it. So, and I know we would have, that's what we were talking about, we would have gone for the whole amount. But then you imagine if you decide to start talking about going after all that money and start getting a lawyer, all that kind of stuff, by the end of it all, you will have lost more money than even, the little that you're losing at that point. So it is effortless. That's what we thought. But that is why I wanted to tell someone. I wanted to just let someone know, just educate someone about earnest money deposit. If you're looking for a home, be clear on earnest money. If that realtor or if that lender, the builder's lender, tells you about earnest money deposit and you feel like it's too much, it's more than 2%, tell them, no, we're willing to put this. And if they really want you to put a high amount, I wouldn't advise going with that kind of lender, and unless you really know your finances are really good, or if you're sure about it, or maybe just look for someone else, look for another builder. I know some of us, we find some houses that we really like, and we want to go by that, because that was me. I really felt I really wanted that house. That's why I went ahead and just gave the money, because I was I really want this house. It was a beautiful house. But so it's good to think before you give that earnest money. Just sit and think, because mostly it's non-refundable unless you're very clear with the builder. Because when we came to the next builder that we bought our house with, that builder was very clear. Earnest money is non-refundable. And now right there, we knew. That's why we negotiated about it. So that's something you really need to understand. It is non-refundable. When you're giving that money, no, it is non-refundable. So that is how we ended up losing thousands of dollars. So even the 25% we lost was thousands of dollars. It was a lot of money. Oh my God. But well, God has been faithful. We did not give up. We ended up getting another beautiful house anyway, and we thank God because of that process. And we thank God because of our realtor. Yeah, and we ended up getting a very good lender who was able to take us through the process. So we thank God for that. So that's it, guys. Yeah, so if you're looking for a home, or if you have a dream of looking for a home, so please just be careful when you're doing these deposits and everything. Just read those contracts if you can, and ask a lot of questions. I would ask about all these questions. Ask them because the moment you give them that money, it is not yours anymore. So thank you so much. And if you like this video, please go ahead and like and share and comment. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please do not forget to subscribe. That's the only way you can support me. And until our next video, bye bye.